Today on DNVR Buffs Live, the most impressive part of Kaidon Salter's game that no one is talking about. We'll talk what? Talk a lot about recruiting and tier listing every Big 12 contender and much more. Let's go.
Squad
Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores, is DNVR Buffs Live. It is Thursday on this bye week. Are you feeling more of the bye week blues or the bye week butterflies at this point? Where are you at?
Whoa, I love the use of alliteration right there.
Thank you.
Blues or butterflies?
Yeah, are you excited for the bye weekend, or are you're already waiting for more Colorado football? Where are you at?
I'm somewhere in the middle. I kind of want to try to enjoy this bye week, but I'm also really excited to see this Colorado football team play football again. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Like, that matchup next week in Salt Lake City is going to be massive.
Yep.
Because it's going to tell us a lot about this team, about this quarterback, about this coaching staff, about this program. You know, whether that big upset win over Iowa State was a fluke or whether it was this team really turning a corner. So, like I said, I'm kind of in the middle. Like I said, I'm definitely finna enjoy my bye weekend. I take that. I'm gonna be cool in it. Catch up on some sleep, catch up on some rest. But like I said, when next week hits, when that Monday show goes live, I'm gonna be very much looking forward to Saturday night in Salt Lake City.
Same. I'm already thinking back to the last time we were there 2 years ago at a team that was in a very different situation, just beaten down, end of the year, not much to play for. So was Utah, but that was just a battle out there on that field.
Yeah, it was.
And I think just given the styles that both teams have again this year, it's going to be like just a gladiator war match out there. Like, it's going to be just physical, just classic Big 12 football, really, I think.
Yes, and this team is, I think, built for that type of physicality, particularly offensively with this big physical offensive line with a running game that's clicking right now, with a dual threat quarterback who can make plays with his legs. That defense got to get in shape in terms of stopping the run, and they're going to have a big challenge with Devin Dampier and his ability to be a dual threat. But this team, like I said, I think is built for that type of matchup, and we'll see. It's going to be fun to watch this BYU-Utah game this weekend and kind of see what those two teams look like against each other in a big rivalry matchup.
Yeah, we'll do picks tomorrow. Just since we have the bye week and we don't have a pregame show, we'll do picks tomorrow. And I mean, obviously, no Colorado game. That's the Big 12 headliner game for us tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the last game we're picking. So
facts. Hell yeah,
gonna be a hell of a weekend. All right, today on the show, we'll talk about UNC channeling their inner Trevor Riley. What a story today.
They want to be CU so bad.
They really do,
failing miserably.
They really do. Maybe that's the big takeaway.
For real.
How much they want to be Colorado. We'll do, it's not Tiersday. Maybe it is Tiersday. Thursday? Tiersday? Does that work? Definitely works more for Tuesday. But,
yeah, I think it works.
So happy Tiersday, everyone. We're going to do Big 12 contenders at this point in the season. And then we will talk recruiting, but we start today with the most impressive part of Kaidon Salter's game that no one is talking about. You're funny, J-Rad.
Yeah, he is. He's the real funny one.
Go ahead.
Man, I was just parsing through some stats today, and I tweeted, if you follow me on Twitter, you already saw this, where I'm about to go with this, but third down is obviously massive. High school level, college level, the NFL, third down is the money-making down.
Yep.
For both sides of the football, for offense and defense. Defensively, you got to get off the field. Offensively, you got to extend this drive. and try to put points on the board. And third down is something that while this Colorado offense has struggled at times overall, third down this season, they've been really good. We briefly mentioned it yesterday. This offense on third down, Colorado is 44% on third down. That's top 4 in the Big 12 this season. Mm-hmm. The only 3 teams ahead of them, third down conversion percentage, are Texas Tech. It's a good football team.
Really good football team.
TCU, good offense right there.
Yep.
Utah, it's a good football team. Those are the only teams in the Big 12 ahead of Colorado in terms of third down efficiency. And Kaidon Salter is a big reason why. This offense has been really good on third down this season. Kaidon Salter on third down this year, 67% completion percentage, 6 total touchdowns, 5 passing, 1 rushing, 0 interceptions, 0 turnovers, 185 passer rating on third down, on that money-making down. And we were kind of, like I said, we were talking about yesterday about like, damn, why is this team actually really so good on third down? Kaidon Salter is a big reason why.
Put teams in binds.
Exactly right. And a lot of times, right, think of last year with a pass-heavy offense, a pass-heavy scheme. On third down, it doesn't even matter the distance. 3rd and 2 and longer, you're like, this Shedeur finna drop back and throw the football.
For sure.
With Kaidon Salter in this scheme, even 3rd and 6, it might not be a call to run, but Caden's ability to drop back, see an open lane, and just take it has really been effective. Mm-hmm. And obviously he has been solid passing the football as well, and that's a credit to Pat Shurmur, some of the schemes. And I think maybe the most impressive part is like this is not always who Kaidon has been in terms of this third down success. I gave you the numbers of him on third down this year. Last year at Liberty, on third down, Kaidon was completing 47% of his passes. He had 3 interceptions last year on third down. Back in 2023, even when he was really good, he was the Conference USA MVP. He was completing only 53% of his passes on third down. So he has, that part of his game is improved. Mm-hmm. Again, third down is so difficult because defenses, that's typically when you see the most exotic kind of looks and blitzes and coverages to kind of confuse the quarterback. Kaidon, at least to this point, hasn't really succumbed to that. So third down is where this offense is really hanging its hat. And we used the word superpower at some points this week with, Robert Livingston talking about the superpower of this defense has to be takeaways. Maybe the superpower of this offense is just third down efficiency. And that's a damn good superpower to have.
It is for sure. Obviously the goal is to get out of third downs. Like, you don't want to be in third downs, but
right.
That was the whole vision that we talked about this offseason about Kaidon Salter and what he can do for this team. And, he's, especially in the second half against against Iowa State last week. Because, I think they were, 2 for 7 at halftime, and they ended up looking around 50% again.
7 to 15 on third down last week, which is right around 50%.
Yeah, and a lot of that damage is done in the second half, too, and that's what we talked about basically the last 4-5 days now is that's really when it felt like this team, they found something. Whether it was, the running game or Kaidon Salter just figuring it out or being more decisive, this team found something that second half, and it's emblematic with that stat.
For sure.
But yeah, that's just what the best offenses in the country do. Yep. They convert those, they stay out of them as well. And I think that's something worth talking about too, because when you go to the third down conversions in the country here, Colorado's up there. They're above Utah, TCU, and Texas Tech in terms of third down attempts. So they're in more third downs, and they are slightly behind in conversion rate, but they're facing them slightly more. There are some teams who have had more third downs than them in the conference. Oklahoma State, they're terrible. Houston, K-State have also dealt with more third downs, and Iowa State actually has the same number, interestingly enough. But look, we've had our gripes about the offense, but at least you've seen you've seen steady progression, I think, almost every single week. Maybe it's not as much as we'd like, but you are seeing that progression. And
this is another thing I just stumbled upon it as well. On third down, the majority of Kaidon's pass attempts on third down come in 3rd and 6+ situations. 29 pass attempts on 3rd and 6+. He's completing 65% of his passes on those downs. So those are obvious passing situations. 3rd and 6+, that's what the defense is expecting. Mm-hmm. And even when the defense knows it's coming, Kaidon has been efficient. And that is the type of thing that with a running game, with a strong offensive line, while you take care of the football, like that's the type of thing that can lead to this offense potentially reaching 30 points per game, like on average. They're right around 24, I think, right now this season, which is honestly a bit disappointing with all the talent. But, obviously the Houston game kind of plays into that average. They obviously didn't score much that game, but that's impressive. Like I said, 3rd and 6 plus, obvious passing situations. Kaidon has kind of thrived. He has been consistently efficient in those situations. And honestly, that's the mark of a solid quarterback, of a quarterback who's kind of figuring things out with a new scheme, with new players, and you love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've been on this battle for the last 2-3 weeks now, a battle for 3rd down.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
this team. That's going to be, we're going to talk about that again next week because, again, Utah is the best team in the conference.
60% on 3rd down for the Mutes this year. That's crazy.
Yep, and they are 5th and best in the country in terms of 3rd downs against, too. They're only allowing 32.9% conversion rate on those downs. I mean, Colorado's at 35.6, so.
That's where games are won or lost, bro.
Truly, I mean, it's.
That was the difference,
big quarters and final 2 minutes, basically.
Facts, bro. I think that was the biggest difference, or not the biggest difference, one of the biggest differences on last Saturday in that game. In Colorado coming on top of Iowa State.
Yep.
3rd down, we just mentioned in Colorado was 7-15. Iowa State's 2-12.
Yep.
That's the difference in the game, right?
Literally. There. Yep. Anything else on Kaidon in this offense before we take a break, dig into recruiting? I'm gonna take that as a no.
I think we can dig into the other side.
All right. Shout out to our friends over at Coors Light, man. It's gonna be Coors Light weekend for us with the bye week.
Surely is.
I'm sure a lot of y'all will be doing the same as well. Come hang out with us at the DNVR bar, though. We're gonna have college football on all weekend. I mean, I don't know what the schedule is exactly, but Nuggets and Avs season is. Avs is basically here. It is here. Nuggets is right around the corner as well. So the DNVR bar is going to be the place to be very, very soon. Come crack some Coors Lights with us. We, of course, have the Broncos game as well. If you're not making it to Mile High for the game on Sunday, we will have a tailgate before, but come hang out with us at the bar. I'll be hanging out here doing the watch-along. But shout out to Coors Light. You know it's time to chill when the mountains turn blue and it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. And make the most out of times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. Get it delivered straight to your door when you visit CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado beer.
And shout out to our good friends over at Bet365, man. As my boy Jake just alluded to, man. This is the peak of sports fandom. That time of the year. We're in the thick of it right now. October, middle of October, man. And Bet365, man, they are making it so easy, so fun for you to get in on all the sports action, especially with their Thursday night touchdown deal. So see for yourself. Thursday night touchdown offer over at Bet365. All you got to do is place a qualifying parlay bet totaling $20 or more on tonight's game, and you get bonus bets for every single touchdown. Terms and conditions apply. Download the app and use that code DNVR365 when you sign up. So whatever the moment, it's never ordinary over at Bet365. Who you got tonight, bro? Browns? Steelers?
What's the line?
IDK. It's got to be like 6, I would assume. I'll check real quick.
I can't in good conscience bet on the Browns unless Shedeur Sanders is throwing the football, and that's probably not going to happen again this weekend.
4.5 the Steelers are favored by.
Maybe Bet365 has first coach fired odds. I'd like to take those for Kevin Stefanski. Or next coach fired, whatever the hell it is.
Did we even talk about that? Brian Callahan being out of there?
We did not, but that's not surprising to me at all. That dude was a mess.
Bro.
Are you good?
Yeah, that was the end.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You good. What a tough start to an NFL career for Cam Ward, huh?
Yeah. Tried to tell you.
It's been rough. What you trying to tell me what?
That it was going to start worse and just get even worse from that point on.
Oh, you're talking about week 1. Yeah. I mean, sure. But, I mean, they haven't really seen – it's not like I'm watching Tennessee Titans games start to finish.
I'm actively avoiding Tennessee Titans games, in fact.
But it's like I don't even know if they've, like, had a silver lining or, like, something like, you know what –
something that hangs doing some things.
Not even really, because I got him in fantasy, and since the first 2 weeks, he's kind of fallen off. Ridley's hurt now. He's kind of looked washed anyway. And
yeah, see, I actually invested in that wide receiver core for some reason at the start of the fantasy season, but I cut bait already with both of them.
It's rough.
Can't do it.
It's rough.
I got Rashee Rice coming back this week, though.
It's massive. And
no.
Okay.
No, that team is, oh boy. You want to talk about lost seasons? We can talk about my team in that fantasy
I appreciate
league.
you giving me a nice little dub last weekend.
Bro, I told you, it's bad. Like,
yeah, bro, you then got people in my league like, bro, did you just bring bro in here as a plant to get a free win? I'm like, nah, bro, I swear he knows ball.
That's the thing, though. Look at my bench, though. It's like players I can't cut, but they're hurt.
Yeah,
it's
I know, yeah.
Like, I'm literally in the worst situation you could possibly be in for fantasy football. Fantasy football sucks. That's my take.
It's rough.
I'm over it. I'm just hitting up Bet365 now. I don't do fantasy anymore.
Hell yeah.
Maybe that one day that'll be true. All right, recruiting. Where do you want to start?
I would like to start with somebody.
Well, first off, shout out to Matt H at SchoolBuffs22. This guy has been just crushing this stuff.
He knows ball.
Yeah.
He knows what the hell he's doing. Shout out to Matt H, man.
All right, go ahead.
I would like to start with Corey Phillips.
There you go.
That boy be moving.
Mm-hmm.
That boy be on the road, on the bye week, down there in Tennessee. But I want to start here because Christopher Talley of Whitehaven High School, a West Virginia running back commit.
Talked a lot about this guy.
Talked a lot about him. He was in Boulder for a game day visit.
Yes, he was.
As the Colorado Buffaloes upset the number 22 Iowa State Cyclones. And just a few days after that, Corey Phillips returned the favor, and he visited Christopher Talley at his high school, like I said, out there in Whitehaven. Christopher Talley would be a massive get. Like, and according to Steve Wiltfong, Talley is like a major priority for this Colorado recruiting staff. And,
I think I saw him
reason.
say he's their number one running back target now.
That would make sense because Talley can play. Like I mentioned, he's already committed to West Virginia. West Virginia certainly isn't in the best spot right now when it comes to college football or the direction of their program.
They are quietly having one of the worst seasons in the country.
For real. So Corey Phillips and this recruiting staff are applying the pressure on Christopher Talley because that would be a great ad for this running back room.
And according to his 247 page, it really looks like Colorado's the only team on him. I mean, I'll pull up what Wiltfong said and get clarification on that. But he committed to West Virginia in July, and it's really just been Colorado staying, hot on the trail for him. 5'9", 175, 465th overall player in the class.
Dog. Keep an eye on that. Who's next?
Next, we have Femi. The autocorrect got me on his
Femi
last name.
Babaloa.
Thank you.
A quarterback.
Yes, and another flip target.
Yes, sir.
Boston College commit.
Yeah, Babaloa has been committed to the Boston College Eagles since June 30th. 6'3", 215 pounds. Also from down there in Tennessee, which is kind of Corey Phillips' kind of stomping grounds.
I mean, so that's where he and Box got it started at Vandy.
Yep.
And I don't know exactly where's home for them, but Corey's back there a lot. I can tell you that.
No doubt about it. And this kid, Babaloa, like I said, he's already committed to Boston College since June, but his offer list is pretty impressive. Maryland, Arizona, Georgia Tech, NC State, Tulane, Virginia Tech, some other, obviously, Power 4 offers as well. So I like the frame, too. 6'3", 215 pounds. Cooper Britannia, the 24/7 Sports National Recruiting Analyst, says that, I don't know, these two words stand out to me. Wired right. And to me, that means like mentally. Like he has it up here in terms of what it takes to be a Power 4 starting quarterback. Cooper Britannia writes that he projects to the Power 4 level as a high upside quarterback prospect with the physical tools to become an impact player. So obviously in this 2026 class, we don't really know what the quarterback room is going to look like next year behind Juju Lewis. So it would kind of behoove them to add a quarterback or two in this 2026, maybe in this 2027 class.
No, they've been trying to. Who's the Michigan State kid that they were on to?
Like Kaidon, or wasn't it something? I think it was like Kaden or something like that.
I think his last name started with a B. I can't remember his name specifically, but they've been clearly trying to find someone. Femi Babaloa too. This is a multi-sport athlete. Plays basketball, does track and field as well. And he's got some pretty impressive numbers when it comes to track and fields.
Yeah, that kid's name was Cade Kaufman.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Next, we have Kavian Bryant,
Ooh.
who is committing in 2 weeks from Saturday. He is going to be committing to
November
a
1st.
school. I'll pull up the schools here in a second. But we're talking about him because Colorado had a very interesting offer go out not that long ago.
Yep.
I believe this was 2 days ago. Colorado offered 2028 athlete Kaidon Bryant from Westwood High School in Texas, the younger brother of 2027 five-star quarterback Kavian Bryant, who visited Boulder for the Wyoming game?
That was
Or BYU.
It was BYU.
BYU,
correct.
that's right. Yeah,
Yep.
he was here for BYU. So, yeah, I mean, again, Kavian Bryant scheduled to commit in about 2 weeks plus. But, I mean, you know what when it comes to family in Colorado, like, they don't mess around. Two, like, I don't know, they like to have that. I mean, I think it promotes.
It's important, man.
You know, it's also a good way to kind of help like assimilate your team together, especially in this transfer portal era, you know. And it's clearly worked for them in some regards. Sorry, I'm killing time here. Kavian Bryant, top 5, Colorado, Texas, Florida State, Texas Tech, SMU. So that's where he's going to decide between on next Friday. I'm sure this offer, I mean, he tweeted about it and stuff too. Like, he obviously liked the program, was hanging out with Coach Prime on the field pregame.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, it's early. Whatever happens on the first we're a long, long way to go. I mean, we might get a little excited if something happens. We might be a little down, but it is what it is. We got a long way to go.
Such is life for 2027 recruits in the year 2025, you know? It would be great to get it, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if you don't.
And on that note, they've been putting out a lot of 28 offers in general.
They have.
Too.
I just saw one yesterday go out like a
number 1 tackle. Yeah.
Correct. I think I saw a 2028 quarterback get offered as well. It's what the good programs do.
Exactly.
You got to start building it. And I think we're already seeing remnants of that in terms of this team, although with a lot of seniors, a lot of grad transfers, there are a lot of freshmen. There are a lot of true sophomores, even redshirt sophomores, who are being relied upon this season that are making an impact. That makes you think that the future of this program is really, truly bright, assuming you can keep all the important parts together.
Well, and again, this class too, the 2026 class that we're in right now, this was really the first class that you saw a lot, like a wave of offers go out to when they came in 3 years ago.
Yep.
This is, you know, obviously Julian's class initially and all that, but I think they've kind of targeted this class as a true, like, a transition in many ways, but a transition from how they've recruited previously with how heavy in the portal they've been. I mean, I would still expect them to be 20-plus commits in the portal this offseason.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think that you'll see much closer to a 1-to-1 portal to a high school average or ratio than you have before.
We talked about this a good amount this offseason, but now that 7 games of this season are in the books, what positions are you think are the biggest priority from a high school recruiting perspective for this program moving forward?
Running backs up there, I'd say, linebacker and corner. That's really, I mean, offensive line, of course, defensive line, of course, but I feel good where those rooms are at right now.
I think that's right. I think you might add linebacker as well, but they got 3 linebacker commits, already coming in this 2026 class as well. So I think that's the right answer, man. I'm just patiently waiting on a big time running back to commit here, man.
Sure.
And it's only a matter of time, especially with this running game having some juice this year, right? That was a big thing we talked about this offseason. Like, it's going to be hard to get a dog bona fide 4, potentially 5-star running back if you're the worst rushing attack in college football for 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
But now that, like I said, this running game has some juice, this offensive line looks like one of the best, one of the most solid in college football with the best tackle in college football. I think we might see that elite running back finally arrive in Boulder.
I think so too. How about Gunner though? When all the coaches are putting out their graphic of where they're going for the bye week, traveling to recruit.
Yeah.
Gunner's going to Florida, and he just goes looking for future first rounders.
Period. Point blank.
Shout out Gunner, man.
CBS Sports today ranked all college football players in the country at this point in the season. See where Jordan Seaton ranked in that? Number 14 overall.
So he'd be a first rounder regardless of draft
Yep.
class.
Top half. The little blurb says the former number 1 offensive tackle recruit in 2024 is playing like the best tackle in the country after a strong freshman campaign. Shows an excellent mix of athleticism, technique, and physicality in the trenches. I mean, we had so high expectations for Jordan Seaton when he committed here. And somehow, through a season and a half, he has exceeded all of them. He has been a better player, a better leader than I think anybody could have even imagined. And everybody expected.
And he's getting better.
A hell of a player and leader. And he's getting better. Exactly right. This is a future top 10 pick, man. Top 5 pick.
Facts.
30 pass blocking snaps on Saturday against Iowa State. Of course, 0 pressures allowed, 0 sacks allowed. Just escorting Michael Welch into the end zone because that's what big dogs do.
Facts.
Shout out to Big Seat, man.
Shout out Big Seat for sure. All right, that's tier list.
Do it now. God bless you.
Let's take this break real quick, actually. And shout out our friends over at Common Spirit Health. I mean, whether it's a checkup, a chronic illness, sports injury, whatever it is, man, they got you covered over at Common Spirit Mountain Region, including their incredible sports medicine program. It's a team of qualified, passionate providers specializing in the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of sports-related injuries for all athletes, including your Denver Broncos players. Their experts understand the unique demands your body faces, so you'll get personalized treatment plans combining things like physical therapy, injury prevention strategies, and strength training. Don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more info, visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, the official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos.
Shout out to Common Spirit, and also shout out to our good friends, the squad, if you will, over at Taco Bell, man. And if you haven't tried Taco Bell's new Cantina chicken menu, you are in for a treat. Quite literally yesterday, I had somebody tell me that they got the Cantina chicken bowl from Taco Bell because, of course we were raving about it. And they absolutely loved it. And
hell yeah.
Least surprising thing I've heard all week, because that thing is fire, man. Y'all go check out that new Cantina chicken menu on Taco Bell. Get that bowl with that slow roasted, perfectly seasoned chicken. And make sure you get it with that $7 Buffs box, which features 4 Taco Bell classics, a large drink, and the CU Buff player collectible cup. Taco Bell, y'all already know this already, is a proud sponsor of CU Athletics, and they are donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every single CU touchdown scored this season. Buffs love the bell. Shout out to Taco Bell.
All right, let's load up the tier list. We don't have to spend a lot of time on each team here. Ooh, that sucks.
I got it.
Now you put me in a position. What are you going to do? What's your next
move?
Just
talk, bro. Okay. Just talk, bro. Distract them while I try to do this.
Here we go. This is, you know what it is. It's a tier list. Every single Big 12 team, all 16 of them. S, A, B, C, and F tier. No D tier. It's pointless. You're either contending or you're not, basically. And that's the theme of this tier list. Contenders. Of course, S tier means top tier contender. I'd say we could only have 2 S tiers.
I think we should only have 1, bro. I was going to say I think we should only have 1.
I was going to say 2 because only 2 teams make the title game.
I think Texas Tech has earned the right to be alone in the S tier right now in this season.
Okay. You can go ahead and put them up there. I mean, S tier for sure.
Yep. It's the best team in the conference. I mean, they are absolutely loaded on both sides of the ball, particularly defensively. That defensive front, bro, those edge rushers that they got, those pass rushers they got, the best linebacker in the conference. Playmakers in the secondary, and it doesn't matter whether it's Baron Morton or Will Hammond under center.
Yep.
They're going to score points. They got an elite running game as well with a really good young running back. Texas Tech is the best team in the Big 12 and one of the best teams in the country.
Facts. Next up, we got Arizona State. Leavitt obviously did not play last week against Utah.
Looks like he's trending towards a return this week.
And they have a big game against Texas Tech, the team we just talked about, at home. So at least they'll have that going for them. We'll, of course, pick that game tomorrow. Where are you at with them? I mean, I kind of low-key, I kind of throw last week out the window, and I know it's
I think that's fair.
slightly irresponsible because it is a Big 12 conference game, and that counts.
Yeah.
But your starting quarterback didn't play. I mean, it moved the line like 3 points when they announced he was out. He's clearly one of the better quarterbacks in the country. Whether how high you want to rank him, it's up to you. But I think this is a team that could end up in Dallas still.
They could potentially end up in Dallas. I'm thinking B tier out the gate.
All right.
This is not breaking news to anybody. This is not the team of last year. This team is not nearly as good as they were last year. And obviously, Scatterboo is a big reason why. But if you just look at their games this year, right? They lose on the road to Mississippi State. They handle business against Texas State. They're in a dogfight against Baylor, which they win. They're in a dogfight against TCU, which they win. Both of those games were 3-point victories. And then obviously they get dog walked last week by Utah without their starting quarterback. They're a good, solid team. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say too much more than that. I think B tier is appropriate, but where are you at with it?
I'd put them A tier. I think that Raleek Brown, what he's brought to their running game, it's obviously not Cam Scatterboo going crazy for 2,000 scrimmage yards or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's up there as one of the best rushers in the Big 12. And again, if Levitt's healthy, I think they can compete with anyone in the conference. I think that this is a massive opportunity for them. I'm not going to share my pick yet, but I just think that ASU is not dead at all. I mean, they are technically 5th in the conference, and they're below Utah with that tiebreaker. But like Utah's got some tough games coming up too. This is still wide open.
How are we going to do this?
Huh?
Like, all right, bet. We'll leave May. That's cool.
Next up, we got Baylor. Baylor, though, this is, I mean, they're also sitting at 2-1 in the conference. They have a tough loss to Auburn. Auburn's not looking very good. They have play at TCU this weekend. I love Sawyer. I just don't know if the rest of the team has the juice.
The defense has just been disappointing.
Very disappointing.
Especially for
Aranda.
Thank you. Dave Aranda, who is a defensive coach, defensive guy. It's kind of weird that the defense has had another slow start to the season for the second year in a row. Obviously, Sawyer Robertson leads the country in passing. Mm-hmm. Their running game has been good, too. Bryson Washington is one of the top leaders in the Big 12 in terms of rushing yards this year. I think B is appropriate. What you think?
Yeah, they're B tier.
Yeah.
BYU. So wait, are we doing 2 S tier teams?
No.
Okay. BYU. They got to be A tier.
Yep. There.
Clean and simple.
For sure.
Big
well
game
coached.
for them this weekend.
Yeah, that's gonna tell us so much about this conference, man.
You can put BYU in A, Alyssa. Cincy. A very interesting team. They are currently tied with BYU and Texas Tech as the only undefeated teams remaining in the Big 12. Cincy, of course, had the big win over Iowa State a couple weeks ago. They got doormat Oklahoma State this weekend. They're going to end up being 4-0 after this, after Saturday.
Be 6-1 on the season after a win on Saturday.
Do you believe in them more than Baylor?
I believe in them just as much as I believe in Baylor.
Interesting.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. I think
I
like
I'm
Cincinnati.
probably the same.
I like Cincinnati.
Yeah.
They're a solid team, but
B tier.
We would have to see a little bit more, I think, to put them in A.
For sure. Do we want to save Colorado?
Sure.
All right, Houston. Houston sitting at 2-1. I'm pretty sure they have a big game this weekend. They got Arizona at 10 a.m. Wow. That
is a great game.
That'll be fascinating.
Fascinating matchup. Where's that one at?
At home in Houston. Yeah. 10 a.m. though.
I'm going to wake up for that one.
I like Houston.
I know you do. So were you thinking B?
Yes, they're B tier. They're not top tier, but they are. They're gonna finish with like 8 wins this year, bro.
Well, they're already at 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with that. I think that's valid. I think they've earned that.
Houston, B tier. Now Iowa State. At a certain point, it just becomes too much to overcome when it comes to injuries, and you're now taking your second loss in the conference. I know Colorado's at the same level as them, but they have the tiebreaker now with that win. So, C tier?
Doesn't get much easier for them. They got a bye this week. Doesn't get much easier for them coming out of it. They got BYU, Arizona State, TCU, the 3 games after their bye.
Yeah.
I think C is probably appropriate.
Still alive, but
Still
not
alive.
looking good. Kansas. They're sitting at 2-2 in the conference. They've taken losses to Texas Tech and Cincinnati. They also took an out-of-conference loss to Mizzou. They got K-State, another 10 a.m.er. K-State this weekend in a rivalry game. Do we have a name for this rivalry game?
K-State and Kansas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Kansas screams C tier to me as
The
well.
Sunflower Showdown, baby. Let's
That's kinda
go.
Fire. Okay. Kansas screams C tier to me. Jalen Daniels has been playing honestly solid.
Yeah.
Better than I thought he would. The rest of that team, I don't know. They're kind of just blah. Double-digit loss to Mizzou, who's a good team. Obviously lost to Cincinnati. Survived against UCF and then got dog-walked by the S-tier Texas Tech.
Yep.
I think Kansas is a prototypical C-tier team.
Yep. That's exactly where they belong. That's exactly what they are. K-State, maybe the most disappointing team in the conference.
Disappointing in terms of expectations versus reality? Probably.
Yeah, for sure.
It's seeming like C-tier as well for them. Huh?
I mean, losses to Baylor by a point, losses to Arizona. We haven't ranked Arizona yet, but Baylor's a B-tier team. Look, the Kansas game is, I don't know what the line is there, but it's at Kansas.
Yeah, why is there not a line for that? Oh, because that's next weekend.
Oh, so they're both on bye too?
Yeah.
Makes sense. So they're off. They're spared for another week, at least.
I think you're right on it, Alyssa.
C-tier, yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State just put them F-tier. It's a disaster. It's an absolute
Disaster.
dumpster fire. TCU. How high are you on TCU right now?
Coming off that loss last week.
2K State.
I think
Their only Big 12 win is over Colorado to this point. They have Baylor again this weekend.
so do they 1-2 in the conference?
Yep.
Got to see more from them.
They need to play better defense.
They really do. You just give a 41 to
Sawyer might just drop 450 on them this week.
I mean, I'm expecting that game to be a shootout for sure.
For sure. Whatever the over is on that game, it might not be high enough.
TCU's favored in that 2.5.
We'll pick it tomorrow.
I don't know. It's probably C. I could be talked into B.
They're a C-tier team to me, honestly.
If Houston and TCU played tomorrow, you'd be on Houston?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'd be on TCU there, but I think that's just a good exercise. I think they're similar, but
They
I
play
think
second
C
to
is
last
fine.
game of the year.
That's going to be fun.
UCF, not as bad as Oklahoma State, but you're still booty F-tier. Thanks for coming. Arizona.
Brother,
I don't really know what to make of this team right now, honestly.
I think they're B tier, bro.
Really?
It might
They've already
be-
taken 2 conference losses.
The BYU game was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, they
that
were
was a
in it,
game
but they
they
choked it.
probably should have won. And they got smacked by C tier Iowa State. So maybe they are C tier, and maybe it's just like my, expectations going into the season to the reality. Like,
Sure.
they've overshot my expectations and probably many people's expectations.
They have Houston this week.
Arizona's favored. I think that kind of indicates that they should be B tier, bro.
I'm not going to go that far just off of one line.
I mean, in Houston, they're favored. The game's at Houston, and they're still favored, bro.
They got to let him play the game.
I'm gonna fight for Arizona to be B tier on this.
I mean, you gave me one early. I'll give you this one.
Yeah,
Put
yeah,
them in B
facts.
tier.
Yeah.
Utah. I'd put them S tier. I think that we're on for a rematch in the Big 12 title game that week a couple weeks ago.
I don't think we can do that simply because they played already and Texas Tech smacked them.
Sure.
You know, I think Utah's a fine A-tier team.
But I'm just saying they'd be my pick to make the Big 12 title game alongside Texas Tech right now.
I think they would be mine too. But like I said, the optics of putting them on the same tier when they literally just played a few weeks ago and dog walked them, I think, at Utah too, right? Yeah. I was in Salt Lake. So I think Utah's a good A-tier team.
Relax, bro. Put West Virginia in F tier. Again, not as bad as Oklahoma State, but it's over.
There's some good balance here, honestly.
See you. What tier are you putting the Buffs in? How much do you believe after that Iowa State win? Iowa State is in C tier. You got Houston in B tier, who you lost to. BYU in A tier, who you just barely lost to. Obviously, the potential of the team is there. But it's a long shot at this point for sure. I don't know exactly the odds or whatever it is for them to make the title game. They are still in it, but it's you don't have any room for error.
It's got to be B or C. I mean, they've played against one team in that B tier with Houston, and we know how that went. They played one team on the C tier, Iowa State, and we know how that went.
So right now, I think we have to put them in C. If they win next week, that's when you could have a conversation, I think.
I think that's the right way to go about it. There's nothing wrong with the C tier. Those are some solid teams.
I mean, it's a decent conference. It's just the bottom of the conference, those three teams are terrible. Everyone else is really good, or at least decent.
For sure. I think that's right. And like I said, it's some good balance there.
Yeah, I mean, and again, outside of those bottom three teams, I don't think the season's over for any of these teams.
No. I mean, everybody in that C tier, I think, could go on a run here second half of the year.
For sure.
Except maybe Kansas. But everybody else, I can see it.
TCU's got defensive issues, and I do not believe in K-State. That's for damn sure. There you go.
Let's fire.
We have one more break. Shout out to our friends over at Rocky Mountain Cancer Centers. It's game time, man. You got to take your health as serious as the players take the games.
For real.
Whether it comes to preventative care or there's those little reminders that we get all the time. You know, Coach Prime and his situation. Anything. I mean, you could just see someone walking down the street and realize, damn, like, you know, I'm happy to be where I'm at right now, basically. It's also, just kidding, sorry. But at Rocky Mountain Cancer Centers, we're proud to stand with fans across Colorado, treating more adult cancer than anyone else in the state. No matter the opponent, Rocky Mountain Cancer Centers got you. Head on over to RockyMountainCancerCenters.com to learn more, whether it's prevention, care, or you just want to learn more. Again, Rocky Mountain Cancer Center is the official sponsor of Denver sports fans.
And shout out to the squad over at the Colorado Soccer Association, man. The CSA is the official hub for over 65 soccer clubs across the great state of Colorado, offering programs for youth players, adult players, coaches, refs, and families who are just trying to get involved in the game. And the kiddos can kick off their soccer journey as early as age 3. Whether you're playing for fun, whether you're competing at the highest level, or exploring a career in soccer, there's something for everyone at CSA, so be a part of history as well. With the 2026 World Cup coming to the U.S. and a new NWSL team, the Denver Summit FC, joining Colorado, there's never been a more exciting time to play, to cheer, and be a part of this soccer buzz. So if you want to get involved, visit coloradosoccer.org to find a club near you and be a part of the future of the game. Shout out to the Colorado Soccer Association.
There's a couple more things to talk about before we get to Super Chats, and then we'll get on out of here on this Thursday. Kurt Signetti just signed an extension right before we got on this show.
Big one.
And I'm pretty sure it was only 2 years ago, the year before Coach Prime got his, the offseason before Coach Prime got his, that Indiana already did it again, or, you know, initially extended him. So he's clearly just dedicating all he has to that program. I mean, that's kind of putting your money where your mouth is right there. He's betting on the Hoosiers. He's betting he can turn them into a contender.
Yep.
Clearly, this is in response to all the Penn State stuff going on right now, and it's probably not the last coaching extension that you're going to see from those whose names have been brought up. You know, Coach Drink, Matt Rule. Like, it's just how these things go. Thoughts on Curt Cignetti in Indiana. I mean, they had a massive win last weekend over Oregon, and we talked about today on the Draft Pod. They've got some dogs, just some dogs, bro.
Yeah, they do. Shout out to Curt Cignetti, man. This is how you do it, man. You build up a program that, as far as I'm concerned, has been dead. That Indiana Hoosiers program,
non-existent, yeah,
non-existent. I think Michael
anonymous.
Michael Penix, when he was there, kind of gave them some juice for like one season. But other than that, before and after, Indiana ain't been on a crumb, and now they're knocking off a top 5 Oregon team with a coach
at Oregon with a coach who like is cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Who like recruits clearly would want to play for it.
Yeah. And transfers would clearly want to play for. So shout out to Curt Cignetti, man. And shout out to Indiana for getting this done and not even leaving it up to chance.
They're serious about it.
For real. Love it. And that's awesome. Like they even hear some buzz, see some smoke, and they're like, all right, let's get this done. Mm-hmm. Let's make sure our boy is locked in till 2032. I think it says. They increased the buyout as well. That buyout is now $15 million. It was nearly $10 million before that. And yeah, man, it really just makes you think, what the hell is Penn State gonna do if Matt Rule is serious about staying in Lincoln?
I mean, then we'll need to see an extension, or Matt Rule's got to.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he said a lot about, you know, how much he loves Nebraska and the program and where they're at and stuff.
Yeah.
He hasn't necessarily shut down the rumors.
No, he has not.
I mean, again, go back to 2 years ago when Texas A&M went open and Coach Prime's getting asked about it.
Yeah.
And he's basically saying, I'm staying here. I get my mail here, all this stuff. The Dallas Cowboys, you know, all that stuff that came out about that. Like, there's ways to shut some of that down. And, of course, you know, at Coach Prime's level, especially with the Dallas Cowboys, you're not going to completely shut stuff like that down.
Right.
That's kind of where we're at with Matt Rule and Penn State, though, in terms of the relationships, the ties. Honestly, it's going to take an extension, I think, to completely shut down any rumors for Matt Rule to Penn State at this point, because it's just there's too many common threads.
No doubt. And again, shout out to our guy Matt H. He just tweeted this. Cignetti's obviously making about $11.5 million with his new deal. Matt Rule is making 10.9 right now per year.
Oh yeah.
The guy you mentioned yesterday, Eli Drinkwitz, is making almost $9.5 million per year right now.
It's not like a money thing, really. Then
Penn State gonna have to up some bread. I wonder what was, I wonder what Franklin was making.
I mean, he had a massive buyout, obviously, just now. I don't know how much he was making, but like, I mean, Penn State's not gonna like double those salaries though. Like the highest paid coach in the country is what, around $15 million?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, yeah, they're gonna be able to throw a little more bread and give guys raises, especially compared to those prices. But
yeah, Franklin was making about $8 million.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be shocked to see Penn State just automatically hire the highest paid coach in the country, to be completely honest. Especially because they got to consider, like, this James Franklin, like, buyout thing.
Buyout is for real.
Yeah. Like, and
assuming he gets a job, because that is a stipulation, right? He has to get a job.
So there is a clause. He has
media.
to media or coaching job. He has to at least try.
Right.
So I'd expect that. He's probably going to get a job somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, again, this is probably all nonsense at the end of the day, but it's going to matter.
Man.
Again, it'd be very simple for Nebraska just to offer. They clearly are doing pretty decent right now in terms of their record.
Yeah.
They've got a lot at risk with Dylan Raiola and his eligibility and a lot of the players they brought in over the last year and a half. So,
ooh, Essence Services says Franklin might go to UCLA. I can see that.
That's interesting.
I can definitely see that. This coaching carousel is going to be fascinating this offseason.
But, like, at the same time, if he couldn't win at Penn State in the Big Ten, you're going to send him to UCLA?
I think that's a good point, but I think the expectations are different at Penn State versus UCLA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think UCLA would be enthused to be a consistently perennial 8-9 win team.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's true.
And I think that's attainable.
Last thing I want to talk about today, Pablo Torre with another just
bombshell,
just stopping you in your tracks type of tweet. Just like, and maybe not that level for us because we already had to deal with this shit. Pablo Torre's report: UNC general manager Mike Lombardi took fundraising trip to Saudi Arabia 2 weeks before the season opener to try and get some funds injected into the program. Pablo said he will have more on this on his show tomorrow. So I can't wait.
You going to tap in?
Of course. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you said it perfectly to start the show.
Yeah, I was going to say it again too.
They're taking every little thing that Colorado has ever been tied to and associated with and taking it to the umpth degree without realizing that, you can't just like max everything out at 11 and then just like we're rolling at this point.
They want to be Colorado so bad and they are failing miserably at it.
Yeah.
From the Saudi Arabia thing, from the we're going to be the 33rd NFL program to like still in Colorado or what they were trying to do.
Staff.
Yeah, like bar for bar, word for word, trying to steal what Colorado got going on. And it's not working. And honestly, trying to replicate something that is honestly not replicable is crazy because there's only one man, in my opinion, who could have done what has been done for this program
100%
over the last few years.
100%.
And Coach Prime is the only one.
Bill Belichick's not doing anything close to what has happened here over the last 3 years, if that's the case. It's not even close.
And he crazy.
What are we talking about?
And he crazy if he think that him and Michael Lombardi are going to be the ones to turn that damn UNC program around. Like, it's just not happening. And did you see the video that's been surfacing of Lombardi? People making fun of him.
Yeah.
Of like him on the
typewriter. Yes, bro. Yes.
It's hilarious, man. But hey, God bless him. That portal going to be hopping out of North Carolina this offseason.
CJ Sadler, where you at?
Exactly. And hopefully the Buffs can snag one or two of those boys on their way out.
Yeah. It's just the arrogance of the situation is crazy. And who said it? Cornhole. Pablo's on a generational run.
He really
too.
is.
That dude is.
He probably got people scared for real, like
he
shaking in their boots.
He definitely does, 100%.
Like, dude, he got something on me, like he for real.
Last thing your team organization needs is a Pablo Torre tweet at this point. Honestly,
shout out to Pablo bringing real journalism back, man.
Hell yeah, good for him.
Shout out to him, dude.
Anything else you wanted to touch on? Someone did say it's not the Browns playing tonight. It's the Bengals.
Oh yeah, right. True.
Why are you leading me astray, bro?
I think that was a you thing.
A me thing? Didn't you say the teams?
I don't know. Maybe I did.
I didn't even know who was playing.
I might have messed that up. Yeah, I probably did because they just played this past weekend. The Steelers and Browns. So yeah.
Makes sense. Again, we'll pick games tomorrow. We'll have another piece of content coming out in the next day as well. Here on YouTube.
Can't wait to extend my lead on y'all in the picks this year.
Oh, brother, you just need to stop talking at some point. What's up, Ivan?
At some point is crazy.
Yes, one player from this recruiting trip that we can expect Coach Phillips to land/flip. I think that
Talley.
Christopher Talley is the one that
Talley.
we need to look at. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Laura and Christy Buffenmeyer with the super chat. She says,
"What a name."
Hi, did you see Juju get in trouble during the scrimmage from Coach on Well-Off? Do you all know how he is doing? Is he handling back up with grace? Man, he has a beautiful throws, even with bad snaps. Do you have any info on the scrimmage yesterday that she's
I did not
about?
See him get in trouble during the scrimmage. I don't know what that's
I wouldn't
about.
read too much into that anyways, honestly. Yeah. It's football. How is he doing? Sounds like pretty well, honestly. Is he handling back up with grace? I think that, look, Julian's a smart kid. I think he realizes where he's at, how young he is, where Kaidon's at, where this team is right now.
Nope.
And he's clearly, he's sharpening all the tools in the armory and all that stuff right now. I can't say, everything's been fine, it seems like, though. He
will be ready when his opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
And I think one of the cool things about that is that him and Kaidon appear to really have a good rapport and a good friendship, like a good older brother, younger brother type of relationship. And they really rock with each other. And that's cool. And that type of stuff is going to prevent maybe some of the toxicity that might exist in another program, in another quarterback room.
Yeah, and I mean, again, like Cam, Draylon, Jordan, Chauncey, and the list goes on and on of guys who, you know, have already publicly stated their admiration for Julian at this
Even
point.
older dudes like Zai.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, yeah. No need to worry about Julian at this point.
So a couple people are saying in the chat that Juju got a few bad snaps and Prime just got on him like, hey, if bro not getting it done, you gotta get on him, which is very much valid, and I can relate.
I mean, Julius is saying bro's gotta be more vocal. He's 18 years old. I mean,
for sure.
And I think he knows at this point, you know, he's not going to be called upon like in the heat of battle. You know, like it's not like they're going to turn to him on Saturday or next Saturday.
Right.
I'd be shocked at that.
Me too.
If that happens, but it just comes with time, and it's also different when you're not the guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much still like Kaidon's team at this point. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Smuggles asks, what's the thoughts if the Buffs team runs the table and ends up 9-4 with a bowl win? Oh man,
would be the story of college football.
Yeah,
no cap.
The
rattling off 7 straight wins plus a bowl game.
Yeah,
after your head coach beat cancer and underwent a mid-season procedure to remove blood clots.
Yep.
That would be the story of college football. Unlikely, but I can't say that it's impossible though. Because as we know, the Big 12 is crazy. Anything can happen in those Big 12
ASU
matchups.
At this point last year, I don't know what they were sitting at record-wise, but I'm sure they had around the same chances that Colorado has right now.
Yep. And again, we just saw a Baylor team do something similar last year. Started 2-4, finished off 8-4. So,
and as Neely said last week, Arizona did that 2 years ago.
Arizona did?
When they made the call to switch from Fafita.
True. Wow.
So ASU, what are we in, week 7?
Yes.
They were 5-2 with already their 2 conference losses to Texas Tech and Cincy. So, Don Peasy. Good show again, fam. Hail to my Commanders / Skins and F the Bears all the way to the bottom of their division forever. I believe consistency from the QB and LBs will be the main reason for the Buffs' success the rest of the season. Let's hope, Don Peasy. Appreciate you. He's got another one. By the way, will Coach Prime go after another high-caliber portal QB this offseason to compete with Julian, or they hand over the reins after Salt leaves? I'd be shocked if they go and try and get I don't even know who a name is right now, but like I'd be pretty shocked.
It's Juju time, man, after this season, obviously. Maybe even later in this season, but yeah, I don't anticipate them adding a legitimate, capable starting transfer
like competition for him.
Yeah, I don't envision that whatsoever.
Yeah. All right, that was fun. That was a good show.
Good stuff.
We'll be back tomorrow. Again, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. We'll have another piece of content for you here in the next day as well. See you then. Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.